There are 16 teams left in this tournament as we have one of the two most exciting groups going head-to-head here in the Paulson Center in New York City. Hello, everyone. My name is Malone Loman, joined alongside Keshav Modi as tonight the Redlands Bulldogs take on the Hampton City Tigers. The Tigers have been all but good here in this first round here with 36 points in a win, as well as a close win last round. But they'll have to go against a Bulldogs team that had a game-winning layup in OT, winning these clutch games and being very clutch down the wire. As Keshav, what have you seen from these teams so far?
Well, both teams are having an excellent season so far, and they're peaking at the right time as well. Starting with the Tigers, they're 23-5, and they've got a lot more experience coming into this tournament. This is their 17th NCAA March Madness berth, and one of their deepest runs, as this is their 8th time in the Sweet 16 here today. So they've got a lot more riding on this game and a lot more comfortableness coming into this as well. Now, looking at the Bulldogs, they're 24-4, so similar season in terms of wins. However, they're a little newer to the March Madness. This is their deepest run in history, and they came off a very impressive win against Tufts in the previous round, kind of shocking the world a little bit. So we'll see if they're able to do that again here today. So expect some fun between both teams.
Well, now we have an update from our sideline reporter, Brian Sanchez. Brian, what do you have for us?
Thank you, Malone. And you're here courtside getting ready for our first Sweet 16 matchup where the Hampton City Tigers will be facing off against the Redlands Bulldogs. It's the first matchup between these two programs in the history of the game. Hampton City is coming into this game ranked 10th. They were 23-5 in the season, and Adam Brazil is leading this team 18 points per game. They're holding other opponents to just 65 points per game in an average, so an excellent team can get it done defensively. On the flip side, the Bulldogs come into this game ranked 15th. They came into this game really well prepared, really great, fast-paced team. Averaging 2 steals per game is Omari Ferguson, their star player. Watch out for him. A high-intensity battle coming up. Right back to you, Malone.
Well, thanks for the update, Brian, as all eyes will be in the backcourt for this matchup. Adam Brazil versus Omari Ferguson. Ferguson has been leading the Bulldogs, averaging 13.3 points per game, as well as having a game-winning layup in that last game against Tufts University in the second round. But he'll have to go against Brazil, who's led the Tigers all year with 18.2 points per game, and also putting up 25 points in that second round matchup. So these offenses will be high-flying the entire game, and I imagine there's going to be a lot of defensive adjustments throughout this entire game with Brazil and Ferguson. But, Keshav, what else are you excited for tonight?
I'm also excited for the matchup down low with the bigs, as I think that's going to be a big part of who comes away with it today. On the Bulldogs, you've got Lucas Gordon, 6'8". He's been averaging about 12 points and 9 rebounds per game, coming into his own with the Bulldogs in his now 3rd season, against none other than the Shane Fernald of the Tigers, who is also standing at 6'7" and averaging similar numbers. So I think whichever one of the two is able to come out with more rebounds, getting them off the glass offensively and defensively, will have a big say in the outcome today.
Well, that'll do it for us up here in the broadcast booth, as some NCAA action will be back in just a few moments. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to some NCAA action as we have the Hampton Sydney Tigers taking on the Redlands Bulldogs. But first up, we have some lineups, starting up with Hampton Sydney.
Starting off with Hampton Sydney Tigers, we've got number 4, Ahmed McGowan, number 5, Nick Schrock, number 11, Travis Stickney, number 24, Adam Brazel, and rounding them out, number 33, Shane Fernald.
And as for the Redlands Bulldogs, starting out, number 1, Chozen Amadi, number 2, Kendrick Curry, number 11, Amari Ferguson, number 12, Jace Boston, and number 22, Jake Hilviak. So a great matchup here as we knew Redlands just came off an OT thriller against Tufts in an upset. It's on a game-winning layup from Ferguson, like we mentioned in the pregame. But this is the first round of 2 legs here this weekend, as right after this game will be the NYU Violets taking on the Hardin-Simmons Cowboys, as whoever wins both those games will head off each other in the Elite 8 for tomorrow's game. But we should be moments away here on the tip. And it'll go to the Tigers to start off. And a nice finish there from Ferguson to start off this game. How about that? Right from the little pop screen there, and he drives in with the left and scoops it up and in, as Ferguson has a chance to convert on an and one to start this game.
Well, that's a great start for this team who are looking to extend their really impressive NCAA March Madness run here with the previous round win against Tufts.
And that one will be in and out. And trying to get through this press here are the Tigers. There's Brazel, the 5th-year senior. Great defense right now from Ferguson. Brazel trying to find someone, finds his big. And a great steal there the other way. Here comes Hilviak. Throws it back, putting it up and in. Kendrick Curry gets some contact. No call, but he'll finish through it. And down the other way, the Tigers. The Bulldogs have jumped across here with some aggression on the defensive end. Maybe a little too much here for the Tigers, but Curry got a little too aggressive there on the reach.
Well, it's definitely important to set the tone early, especially if you're the Bulldogs team, trying to make the other team a bit uncomfortable. And they've done a great job of that so far.
Well, they'll get it in here as this defense, a nice 3 in the corner is no good. Trying to save it are the Tigers. Brazel gets it back at the top of the key. Guarded by Hilviak. Trying to find something. Floats away for the jumper and good. How about that? A little crafty finish there with the big on him. Down the other way is Redlands. Curry driving in, trying to kick it. And it'll be off the fingertips of Jace Boston. 15 seconds left to go in the shot clock.
That was a great jumper from Adam Brazel, who's been averaging 18.2 points this season. There's a reason that he's the team captain for the 3rd year and the ODAC Conference Player of the Year.
And they get it up here. Have the numbers to make a run as they'll kick it to the corner. Eamon McGowan try to put it up, and a great block there by Hilviak. Now let's see what the Tigers can draw up here. They get it to Brazel. Brazel has a 3 in the corner. He'll stop and pop. Already 2 for 2 from the field from Adam Brazel. Tigers now in the lead, 5-4. Here's a 3 from, and that's good. It rattles in. That's Chozen Amadi. Lucky bounce there. Looked like it was going to go in and out, but Amadi gets it to go. Brazel in the corner, double team, but Tigers get through the press. So it looks like the Bulldogs are coming early here with a press, a full court press. Brazel trying to find someone. Going to find his big. Here comes Fernald. And that's a nice little stop and pop there from Shryock. No good. Puts it back and good. Off the glass and in as it ties it up now at 7.
It's a great use of Fernald's size down low, and he doesn't really have anyone on the court to match up with him as of now. Lucas Gordon, 6'8", is on the bench for the Redlands at the moment.
As Boston tried to lean into a defender there to try to put it in, but it'll be off the rim as we got a collision here and a foul actually called on Jace Boston. Jace Boston, a sophomore guard from Bakersfield, California, as that's his first foul. And we got a large substitution here from Redlands, as that's Lucas Gordon checking in for Redlands.
Yeah, Lucas Gordon, 12.3 points, 60% from the field, and 9 rebounds per game. First team all CCAC conference honoree as well. Quite the player.
Down the other way is Brazel. Brazel trying to find someone, finds the back cut, and it's blocked from behind by Gordon. Brazel now from deep three-point range, hits the back iron, no good. Rebounded by the Tigers. Shryock guarded up close by Donovan Ware. Shryock pounding it in, trying to get inside Ware, and that's good. Shryock with some physical play there down the lower block for the finish.
The Tigers have just been unrelenting with the rebounds. They've got 7 already compared to the 0 from the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and even with Redlands kind of starting out with a press that shook them a little bit, Tigers have started to settle in. Here's a deep three, and it's good from Matera. Huge three there from Nathan Matera, the freshman. Down the other way, Brazel puts it up and in. Adam Brazel with a little dazzle, putting it off the glass. Curry now guarded. A deep three from Ware, and that'll be off the front rim. Tigers get it back. Tigers up by 1 here, 11-10. Tug Bizzle puts it inside, and that'll be off. Brazel gets it back. A tough hit there on the floor, but it'll be out on the Tigers. Hope Adam Brazel is all right, and he looks like he will be all right, as we have the first media timeout here of the game. As already a nice little intense battle here with both teams with high defenses, but the offensive side has been electric here from the Tigers, especially starting off with Adam Brazel, who's been nothing short of perfect here in the start of the game.
Yeah, we've seen quite a variety of offense from both sides, from down low buckets to offensive rebounds, kicking it out for the three-pointer, which is great to see early on as both teams are starting to get comfortable. Adam Brazel, what a player. Just so far, we can already see some of his talent with that fadeaway jumper and the three-pointer he had as well. Already at 7 points, 3 for 4, 1 for 2 from 3, only played 4 minutes. So you can see he's definitely the facilitator of that offense for Hampton Sydney. And the Redlands have spread the offense well, too. They've got multiple players already on the board. 4 or 5 of their starters already have been scoring. So it's going to be interesting to see how they can sort of use their bigs a little bit more and then just keep that defensive pressure up like we mentioned.
Yeah, and you know that the Redlands Bulldogs definitely did try to do their homework on Adam Brazel, but of course Brazel is showing how talented he is here. You can see they're double-teaming him up the court, which is really interesting to see, especially in the third round of the NCAA tournament. But, I mean, Brazel is showing no signs of weakness here. He's already knocking down a 3, like you said, Keshav, and being 3 for 4 from the field. So, great performance right now from Brazel as he's leading the Tigers, but of course, got to keep it up throughout the game, but the Bulldogs also have to figure out a way to consistently score, as Ferguson has led the team with 13.3 points per game, but this is a team that likes to spread the ball around, especially on the scoring side. And we'll be back here after a little talk to the players. I'm shoving a little bit before the whistle, but down the other way, here comes Redlands. Ferguson gets a screen, drives in with the left. A nice athletic bounce. But that'll be rebounded the other way by Shryock. Shryock pressured. Brazel tries to split the defenders, which he does, and a foul called here on Matera. Looks like that might have been a reach or a blocking foul.
What impresses me most about Adam Brazil is his speed, honestly. That's the way he's able to cut through the defenders like that is really impressive.
There on the corner, Tug Bizzle, guarded by Ferguson. Bizzle makes a nice little crossover move, tries to get in front but can't. Gets it to the corner, and that'll be off the leg of Gordon, it looks like, as the Tigers will retain the ball. 10 seconds left to go in the shot clock. As they'll inbound here to Campbell, but it's stolen by Gordon. Gordon now one-on-one on Campbell, puts it up, no foul called, rebounded, puts it up and in. How about that from Redlands? That's William Britt, the sophomore guard. A little bit of confusion here from the Mott man. Of course, Redlands coming all the way from SoCal, and Hampton City just in Virginia, so they've been able to get more fans out here. But good to see that Redlands families and fans still were able to come. But got another foul here, and that's going to be on Matera. Interesting to see here. Redlands and Hampton City, they huddle after every dead ball, which is very interesting to see. Most teams do it on free throws, but they're consistently talking to each other and communicating, which is probably a big reason as to why they've been so successful this year. They'll get it in here to Shryock. Shryock gets the back cut to Brazil. Brazil kicks it in the corner. Radcliffe is good from three with his first attempt. How about that find, though, from Adam Brazil, knowing that he was doubled, found the open guy in the corner for the three. There's a nice finish there from number 11, Ferguson. Down the other way is Brazil. Tigers moving the ball around really quickly here as Campbell gives it in the corner. Bizzle guarded by Gordon. Tries to shake him off. Drives to the left. Almost pulls up. A nice little move there from Tug Bizzle. Getting Gordon to jump around a little bit. Here come the Bulldogs the other way. There's a three on the corner, and that's good. A huge three there from the freshman wing, Donovan Ware. And now Redlands in the lead, 17-16, but like we said in the pregame, Keshav, these teams are just trading blows on offense right now. Need defensive stops.
Exactly that, and it's remarkable that even with this high defensive press and intensity, they're not able to come up with as many turnovers as they would like as of now.
Brazil now gets his high screen on the wing. Gets some separation, fakes a defender, puts it up. That's good. Oh, my God, just special plays. Adam Brazil just makes a defender look clueless out there, even if they're the most talented defender on the court. And there's a nice little takeaway there from Brazil down the other way. Ferguson looking for the screen. Brazil settles into a three deep from the wing. Hits the back iron. Down the other way, that's Gates rising up for the lay. It's good.
Brazil is just oozing confidence out there. You can see the way he plays is just so composed, even with two guys on him.
Getting it back are Redlands. Little commentator's curse there from Keshav.
Yep.
A deep three from Amadi, and that will be off. As we got some substitutions here. As it looks like it's going to be number 2, Kendrick Curry, number 22, Jake Hilviak. Checking in. As well as number 12, Jace Boston. And for the Tigers, making his first appearance, 23, Peter Moy. Travis Stickney also checking in. And checking back in will be Shane Fernald. So Brazil off. Down the other way is Hampton City. Pulling up. No one on him. In and out. Down the other way. Amadi kicks it over. Curry with a nice little drive. Trying to find someone. Oh, what a look to Gates inside for the lay. Davon Gates, the freshman, already getting started here with 6 points. Diving on the floor are the Tigers and the Bulldogs, and wrapped up right now. A little intensity here on the middle of the court on the logo. And hopefully it's all wrapped up here. How about the aggression from the freshman Davon Gates? Little Kickstarter off the bench.
Both teams playing with such intensity that you can really only find in March Madness.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful basketball.
And you can feel it, like we said. I mean, as the rounds progress, it only gets more intense. And the aggression gets even crazier here as a deep bench, though, for Redlands, as we've seen it, using their subs willingly here. As we saw the freshman Davon Gates getting into it a little bit on the defensive side, but that's just pure energy oozing from the bench.
And we mentioned in the pregame that the Redlands team are a lot newer to March Madness, especially a deep run like this. And so you know they're going out there and leaving it all on the court, which is great to see.
As for the Tigers, they need to find someone that can score outside of Adam Brazel, as we saw Brazel just been able to just kind of weave through defenders and get through everyone. (21-19) Redlands in the lead with 11:53 left to go in the first half. So far, Redlands been shooting 3 for 5 from 3. And as for the Tigers, they've been 3 for 6. But Redlands been shooting at a pretty solid clip, shooting at 64% from the field.
Well, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how throughout this game the Hampton City team are able to create a whole new offense that doesn't revolve around Brazil, especially as big man Shane Fernald comes in. Maybe they can work down low, use him in sort of a Jokic-style Denver offense.
Here come the Tigers now on the offensive side. As they get it into Brazel, who's checked right back in after a quick rest. Guarded by Curry. Nice drive. Tigers trying to find something here. Great defense right now from the Bulldogs on this zone. In the corner and tapping the sideline. That's Peter Moy. Great defense right now from the Bulldogs. Consistently talking on the zone.
Yeah, a lot of intensity on that press from the Bulldogs, and they're staying tight on their man, even despite Brazel's facilitating of such quick offense that you have to almost watch the ball intensely to not miss it.
Yeah, this Bulldogs team plays with a lot of energy right now, and the Tigers can't get too distracted by it as Curry rises up for something and no good. That'll be off the chest, actually, on Shane Fernald. So the Bulldogs will continue with it. Ball's up for Curry. Nice pass inside. And a huge collision there on the baseline. Hopefully both of the players are all right. It looks like one of the Tigers players rised up for the block, and it was a nice fake. So it landed on the back, it looks like, or on the leg, actually. Number 12, Jace Boston. He's hobbling around a little bit. Hope he's all right.
Yeah, it looks like he's able to shake it off well enough, but definitely
a little scary there, but good that both of the teams are all right, or both the players are all right. It looks like we have a stoppage in the play here. A possible review on the play.
Both teams gathering, discuss strategies while this is all going on. 11 minutes to play left in this first half. Still been pretty neck and neck, both sides.
Yep.
Equal in a lot of different stat categories, shooting well. The only difference is that the offense from one team, the Tigers, has been facilitated by pretty much one guy, and that's Brazel. compared to the Bulldogs, who've distributed the offense a little bit more.
And a little pass inside here on the baseline, trying to find something. Finds Boston up top. Boston makes a nice little spin move, puts it up with the right and in. Beautiful finish there from Jace Boston.
At Boston's first points this game, impressive after the hard fall too.
Here come the Tigers down the other way. Guarded high up top is Travis Stickney. Kicks it in the corner for Brazel from 3, no good. Tried to find Brazel in the corner, but he wasn't there, so the Bulldogs will take over. Boston with the ball. Driving in, good defense, but a charge. Eamon McGowan with a nice charge call there as he took the hit.
Yeah, you can see he's definitely a little shaken up after that, but a smart play that paid off well.
Yeah, a little bit of a push there from Boston. And we got a substitution as number 13, Davon Gates, will come out of the game. And Amari Ferguson will check back in. Nice little kick there to the corner. That'll be off the back iron. Down the other way. Ferguson trying to make a move here on McGowan. He does. Spins. And a foul call here. It looks like that'll be a reach on Nick Shryock. I believe that's Shryock's second. So it looks like he might come right out. It's going to be John Campbell replacing him.
Redlands starting to pull away with it a little bit as they've gotten some good defensive stops and a few missed shots by the Tigers.
Gordon now with the ball on the baseline. Nice move, puts it off the glass, no good. And it looks like it will stay with the Bulldogs. My last touch was on the Tigers. 20 seconds left to go on the shot clock. 10 minutes, left to go in the first half. Curry with the ball. He'll drive in with the right, trying to find something. Pulls up inside the paint with the jumper and in. Kind of just sat there on the rim for the bucket. 25-19, Redlands leads. Brazel doubled. Now they get her across, though. The Tigers down the other way. A 3-2 zone look still for the Bulldogs, and that's going to be off the leg of Travis Stickney. The Redlands defense really settling in here as the Tigers have had some trouble even getting it across the floor. As Davon Gates will now check in.
Yeah, 5 turnovers now for the Tigers. They've been a little inconsistent these past few plays of offense, just losing the ball off the foot there. As you can see, a couple out-of-bounds plays, missed passes. They're going to have to tighten the ship up a little bit for the next couple minutes.
And, of course, the Bulldogs can consistently score on the offensive end. It'll be tough for the Tigers to really stop right now with the offensive struggles currently. Ferguson now with the ball in the wing. Gets to Amadi. Great defense so far. Under 10 seconds, and we got a foul, and that might have been a reach. That's going to be on number 4, McGowan. And he's actually going to be subbed out with Travis Stickney. As it'll be Colin Radcliffe checking in, as well as number 2, Tug Bizzle. Gates guarded by Bizzle. Makes a nice move, tried to find the back cut, doesn't get it. And it looks like we got a foul on the floor. Looks like Gordon and Campbell were tugging around at each other there on the lower block.
Yeah, it looked like there was just a bit of an elbow thrown at Gordon there. Hit him in the jaw. Looks all right, though.
.20 seconds left to go on the shot clock. They kick it over. Nice move from Ferguson, rising up with the layup, no good. Gordon trying to grab the rebound. He puts it up with the left, and that's blocked. Down the other way are the Tigers. How about that? And a foul, and an offensive foul called on Farnold. It looks like he might have hooked Ferguson there, trying to break through the gap. That's an interesting call. I haven't really seen that too much.
Yeah, you can see even he was confused by the call a little bit, I think, himself, but you can see he's putting his hands up there in surrender. He knows it's inevitable at this point, but
that'll be Fernold's first. Gordon with the ball here. Guarded by Fernold now. Swings it over. Amadi with the ball now. Guarded on the wing. He drives in with the right, puts it up off the glass and in. Great acceleration there from Amadi. Brazel double teamed at the half line. Fernold makes a nice move, puts it in. No good. Down the other way, here comes Amadi. Makes a nice little move on Campbell. Kicks it back over to Ware. Ware with the ball. Now Gates. Gates makes a nice move. Pounds it in, puts it up with the left. Too strong. Tigers down the other way. How about this defense right now from Redlands? This press defense working for the Bulldogs, but they get it right back down. How about that? Keeping their eyes up as Fernold wide open under the basket.
Well, that bucket ends, what, a 10-0 run for the Bulldogs there.
Donovan Ware from way downtown.
And that bucket will extend the run.
That's the second three from Donovan Ware from deep three-point land. Ware, a freshman as well from Palmdale, California. Once again, this bench fired up for Redlands. 30-21 here at the 7:30 mark here with the media timeout, it looks like. Keshav, what type of trends have you been seeing in this game so far?
Well, starting about midway through that first half, we saw the Tigers team, who were starting out pretty strong, trading blows pretty evenly with the Bulldogs, started to collapse a little bit on offense. Brazel kind of slowed down a bit, and we haven't seen much at all from Fernold besides that one layup just a few minutes ago. And he's only got 2 points. So I think the two-star players for the Tigers have just been dampened almost by that intense pressure on defense, the double teams, the quick switches by the Bulldogs. And that's just a testament to their hustle out there. They've been doing a great job of it. So if they're able to hold on for a little bit more in this half, they're going to have a very commanding lead going into halftime. And this Hampton-Sydney team's going to have to reevaluate where they're at.
Yeah, like you were saying, the bench has been playing so well for Redlands. If you just look at the scoring totals right now, it is spread around for Redlands. The leading scorer is 6, and he has someone right next to him with 6 points of his own, and 5, 4, 2, 4, 3. I mean, that's 7 players, if I'm doing my math right, that have scored already in this game, whereas you see the Tigers, it's really only Brazel, like you said, with 10 points, and every other scorer only has 2. So, yeah, they'll need to swing it around, try to find more players open to make an impression here on the offensive side, but it has started with defense here for Redlands, just pressing and suffocating the back half of this game here. As we're back here in the first half, subbing in for Hampton City is going to be William Britt, his first appearance. They move the ball up quick. Get it right back inside. Trying to put it up. Great defense, though, from the Bulldogs. That was Nathaniel Johnson who rose up there with Tug Bizzle.
His third, team 6. 2 shots for number 24, and Brazel.
(30-21) Redlands in the lead. 6 turnovers, though, from the Tigers. Campbell's first free throw will be off, a little too strong.
Number 22, Jake Heleviak checked in, replacing number 30, Nathan Matera.
And now checking in here for the Bulldogs, that's number 22, Jake Heleviak.
Tigers definitely in need of some points here. They're 1 for 7 in their last field goal attempts and 1 for 4 in their last 3-point attempts.
And that second free throw will be no good as it's going to go back to the Bulldogs here. Ferguson with the ball on the run. Kicks it right over. Boston. Oh, wanted that deep three was Donovan Ware. Doesn't get it. Haliviak drives with the left. Looking for the travel where the Tigers, but nice steal there from Tug Bizzle. Puts it up with the left and in. And one. Tug Bizzle, the freshman guard from Baltimore, just rose up on Boston. Took the contact and finished with the left. As now the Tigers have entered the bonus. That was Boston's third foul, though, so definitely needs to be a little more cautious here.
The freshmen in today's game are just putting on a show, both sides of the ball.
Yeah, and we've called a lot of games this year where we've seen a lot of grad students and seniors, but I've honestly just seen sophomores and freshmen in this game making a difference, except for Ferguson and Brazel, of course, the leaders of either team, but freshmen and sophomore really making their names here. As now 3 from the wing, Ware is no good. Brazel gets it back, though, guarded by Donovan Ware, the freshman. Brazel makes a nice move. Drives in with the right. So crafty is Adam Brazel. Nice move from Tug Bizzle, no good. Redlands down the other way. Deep three, Jake Haliviak off the front rim. Ferguson gets it back, though. And that ball's tipped around a little bit and taken away from the Tigers. Tug Bizzle down. Bizzle drives in with the left, rises up again. The almost exact same layup package. It's good. Back out. Donovan Ware wants a deep three. His third is good. How about Donovan Ware making his presence felt off the bench? (33-26). Bulldogs in the lead. William Britt gets it up the floor. Tug Bizzle with the ball, guarded up top by Curry. Bizzle gets a screen from Campbell. Wanted the three was Radcliffe, and he falls down here, taken away, down the other way. Driving in, trying to put it up was Nathaniel Johnson, and we got a charge call. And Campbell took it like a champ.
Johnson looks a little bit confused about that one there too, but nonetheless, the Tigers starting to claw back a little bit here.
That's the second charge call now from the Tigers, as that's definitely something that they probably work on in practice, you know, sacrificing the body for an extra possession. As we got another substitution, as that's the freshman again, Davon Gates checking in for Ferguson. Tigers trying to get it up the floor, over the head. Oh, miscommunication there from William Britt. Try to get it over to Stickney.
And it's moments like those that you really need to start to clean up, especially now you're getting later into this first half, and every point is starting to count, especially when you're trying to come back here.
Curry guarded up top. Nice little move from Curry with the right, no good, off the glass. Down the other way, Tigers trying to find something. Great move from Stickney. He drives in, tried to do a little pocket pass there to Campbell, no good. Taken away from Redlands. Nice little step back three, no good from Amadi. Ball's tipped around, and it'll go with the Bulldogs.
Well, on the Bulldogs, I've been really impressed with Donovan Ware, who's come out shooting the lights off with 9 points, all of them three-pointers. And he's made a big difference for the Bulldogs team here in the first half, especially later down the stretch.
Brazel guarded up top by 2 defenders there. Stickney gets a screen from Campbell. Nice little move from Stickney. Brazel with the ball on the baseline. Under 10 seconds on the shot clock. Brazel kicks it out from 3. Peter Moy is good. How about Moy?
Moy's first points couldn't have come at a better time for this Tigers team.
Davon Gates makes a nice little move, drives in, and a foul call. That's going to be on Peter Moy. A little disagreement there from the Bulldogs bench, as we got a timeout now called. And both teams now in the bonus. Redlands up 33-29. And a big part of that lead right now has been the amount of turnovers that the Tigers have had. 10 turnovers now. Going 4 for 9 from 3. From Redlands, they've been 5 for 11.
Yes, it's just been a battle of trying to clean up on the turnovers for this Hampton-Sydney team. They've done a good job getting buckets, and they're still very close against this Bulldogs team, but they need to just edge a little bit more and come out on top here in this first half. Try to tie it up, maybe a couple quick threes coming out of the timeout.
Of course, after this game, the NYU Violets will take on the Hardin-Simmons Cowboys. That game will start at 7:30, so a little bit of a gap in between both games, but definitely stay tuned for that, as that game should be just as exciting. The number 1 ranked NYU Violets going against the Cowboys.
Well, speaking of some other NYU Violets basketball, also going on right now is the NYU women's team playing Gettysburg. It is 29-29. And it is the third round of their NCAA tournament, Sweet 16 game for them. There's 3 minutes left in the second quarter. We'll keep you updated on that game as it progresses. See who comes out with the win there.
The Tigers have had an interesting story this year. You know, they were ranked number 10. They're ranked number 10 this year in the top 25, but they've been hot to end this season, winning 13 of their last 15 games. However, they were upsetted in their conference tournament and losing in the quarterfinals. So definitely was a little bit of a realistic hit for them in those conference tournament, and ever since then they've kind of turned it on here in the first 2 rounds of the tournament as they're looking to claw back in this game, down 5, and now down 6 with the second free throw good as well from Gates.
Well, you have to trust in their experienced coach, Caleb Kimbrough, for the Tigers. He's in his 6th year with the team, and he's had a really good record with them. He's had 83-38 at the college is his record, so you can trust him to make some good adjustments at halftime for sure.
Tigers get the back cut. Here comes Brazel. Feeds it inside. What a look to Fernald, who tried to get the N1, but he'll just hit the line here for 2. Brazel is just so crafty. Even if he doesn't have the shot, he finds a way to get it to his teammates, whether it's weaving through the defenders or trying to split the gap. So,
well, it's just unlucky almost for this Tigers team how Fernald hasn't been able to convert on now, I think, a couple of those different opportunities where it's just been him and a couple shorter guys down low. He just needs to put that in there and get the extra 2 points as well, although the free throws certainly help.
And also, I'd love to see a little more action here out of Lucas Gordon, who had 22 points and 14 rebounds off the bench for Redlands in the second round in that overtime thriller, winning in a game-winning layup. So definitely need to see him get active a little more, but Redlands, of course, knows how to use their bench, and they have a very large rotation. As that one will be good from Fernald.
Yeah, I was talking about in the pregame. Sorry to interrupt, Malone. I was talking about the difference in the difference makers between Fernald and Gordon. I was really expecting to see a lot more out of those two, but it's been quieter for them.
Putting it up and in off the glass with the left is Omari Ferguson. Ferguson now with 6 points. And a foul call here on Lucas Gordon. It looks like he jumped and might have hit him a little too hard on the baseline. As now in the double bonus will be the Tigers, with 3 minutes and 23 seconds left to go here in the first half.
Down 7, definitely want to convert these free throws.
And that one will be good, cutting the deficit to 6. Yeah, definitely, like you were saying, Shane Fernald needs to get a little more active here in the paint. The team captain, first team all ODAC member, as he's been averaging 13.4 points per game, 57% from the field, 7.3 rebounds. He had 14 and 5 in the second round. As Curry now drives in, puts it up off the glass and in. Just too easy from Kendrick Curry. Bizzle with the ball, feeds it inside to Stickney. Back out to Tug. Bizzle gets a screen. And that ball is going to be tipped around, taken away. Redlands down the other way. Curry with the ball, back out to Ferguson. Makes a nice move. How about that move? Amari Ferguson. Are you kidding me? How about the athleticism getting through the defenders? Redlands now up by 10 with 2:38 left to go.
The turnovers are really starting to affect this Tigers team. They've got 11 now. Trying to clean up on those is so key for them. But you've got to hand it to the supporting cast of this Bulldogs team. Curry, Ferguson, they've done a great job of supplementing, coming off the bench, and keeping this Redlands team on top so far.
Yeah, definitely a story of the offense, though, for the Bulldogs. I mean, as much as the Tigers are trying to play better on offense, they need to be able to get stops. And we were talking about earlier in the game, Redlands needs to play better offense, but now they are so consistent on the offensive side, getting to the cup just way too easy. You saw it there from Kendrick Curry on the second to last possession. He was just able to take a one-on-one right to the rim and score. And then just there, right there, Amari Ferguson just weaving through defenders and somehow finishing while he's on his way down to the ground, which was a crazy finish.
Yeah, 3 players, Amari Ferguson, Davon Gates, Donovan Ware, all 3 for 4 in their last 4 attempts, and 3 of those shots were from Ware, which were 3-pointers. You can see why it's a 10-point lead for the Redlands team.
Brazel with the ball on the wing. Makes a nice little move. Trying to find something, steps back on the baseline, in and out. Ware gets it back, Gordon now. With the ball on the wing, getting a screen. Oh, what a move from Ferguson. Pulling up from 3. He can get it down. Driving to the rim, in the paint, stepping back for a jumper, and right there, he hits a deep 3 there. This Redlands team starting to pull away a little bit. 13-point lead now. Stickney gets the back cut to Tug Bizzle. Bizzle kicking it out with the ball. 6 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Brazel driving, trying to find something. Puts it up, no good. Tigers just haven't had too many opportunities right now, or high percentage shot opportunities, as it's been all Redlands here. We got 1:16 left to go.
Yes, this Redlands team on an 11-2 run over the last 2 minutes, 45 seconds.
1:16 left to go here in the first half. Yeah, Brazel been a little quiet since hitting that 10-point mark, but that's been a huge thanks to that Bulldogs defense right now, just trapping everything, sprinting to the corners, talking on the press, on defense too, so it's been great for them.
Well, some halftime adjustments definitely needed for this Tigers team. How can they stop the diverse offense of this Bulldogs team? It's going to be hard to do, but definitely possible for this team.
Got to end the half here with some momentum, trying to get in the second to, of course, build a comeback a little bit. And we're back here with 1:13 left to go. Curry gets a screen, drives into the right, kicks it out, wide open from 3. Ferguson, no good. Rebounded back by Curry. Ferguson, little shake and bake, puts it up with the left. No foul call, looks like. The Tigers will take over. Under a minute left. Tug Bizzle guarded by Ferguson. Ferguson. Bizzle trying to find something, kicks it over. Stickney now with the ball in the wing. Stickney wants a screen, he gets one. Trying to find some separation. This defense from the Bulldogs just insane. Ball is on the floor now. A little bit of a struggle for it. And it looks like the Bulldogs will take it over now.
Just relentless defense from this Bulldogs team. You
Yeah,
think you've gotten past them at the arc, they cut down low, and then you're dealt with 6'7" Lucas Gordon to try to deal with. So it's just almost an impossible task, and you can see the Tigers are struggling with that a little bit.
Yeah, the energy definitely right now on the Bulldogs side. The 13-point lead, 32.5 left to go. Curry guarded up top here from Bizzle. Curry gets a screen, gets another. He'll drive in, kick it over to Gates. Amadi tried to pull up for the three, but it's tipped away. Down the other way, here come the Tigers. Campbell. Last shot with 7 seconds left to go. Brazel fakes it, puts it up at the buzzer, no good. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. And in the lead to end the first half are the Redlands Bulldogs, up 44-31. As a lot of work ahead here for the Tigers to go in the second half. A great first half, as we'll be back for this. And we'll actually do a sideline hit here actually with Brian Sanchez. Brian, what do you have for us?
Thank you, Malone. It's been a story of runs for both sides. The Tigers are battling throughout this one, and not only that, Redlands has showed a lot of intensity earlier in this first half. They went on a 13-2 run, and Hampton City responded, and after that, they went on a 7-0 run. Got to highlight Omari Ferguson doing his thing. 11 points in this one. Great at just dribble pickups, getting inside. We will see how Hampton City can adapt, but head coach has said that he wants one pass and go to break that press. That press and the traps have been really influential for them to have this lead. We will see how they respond in the second half. Back to you, Malone.
Thanks again for the update, Brian, as we will be back for some second half action in just a few moments. And we're back here for the second half of some NCAA action. As right now, Redlands with a 13-point lead, as is 44-31. Tigers start off with the ball here. Kicking it to the corner. McGowan from three. No good. Rebounded by Boston. Coming down the other way are the Bulldogs. Bulldogs trying to find something here. Nice little drive. What a finish there from Chozen Amadi. How about that? Twisting and turning around the defender to somehow put it off the glass with the finger roll there. And a collision here on defense, as it looks like the Tigers will draw one.
Well, the Bulldogs starting right off where they left off in the first half, getting the quick bucket, extending this lead that they've got, which they obtained through some really great shooting in the first half. Players off the bench coming in, scoring three-pointers, making hustle plays, and as a result, they're feeling very confident into the second half.
And a nice little kick out in the corner again from McGowan. No good. Kicked out, though. Boston gets it. How about that hustle from Boston? A little collision under the basket, but good. No good, excuse me. Because we got a foul as Boston will head to the line. Ferguson shaking up a little bit.
The Redlands team is on a 9-0 run in the last 4 minutes, 13-2 run in the last 5 minutes. So they've been reining in some buckets. And meanwhile, this Tigers team has been scoreless for the last 5 minutes and 1 for 6. So a bit of a dry spell for them.
Yeah, and you got to wonder, from the Tigers' perspective, if they're going to lean on the three to try to climb back in this game or try to settle in on defense. But they have a lot to do here, down 16 now with the first free throw. As the second one will be off the front rim. Tigers will get it back. Stickney now with the ball. On the wing, driving in. Trial kicks it back out to Stickney. Over to Brazel, guarded by Boston. From three in the corner, McGowan, no good. That's his third straight miss there from the corner. Ferguson drives in, puts it up with the left. Tried to get ahead of Brazel. They get it back, though. Nice ball movement. Ferguson had a three, doesn't take it. Chozen Amadi from three. Good! Toilet bowls in. Now that is a 19-point lead here for the Bulldogs. Redlands is really starting to run away with it, just continuing what they did in the first half.
Well, it's amazing that every 3-4 minutes, a different player off either the Redlands bench or one of their starters just decides to get hot and will have a scoring streak of a few points, and that's made such a difference for them so far.
And we got a foul call here now on Chozen Amadi. And who's going to crack this dry spell right now for the Tigers? As Brazel kind of just been switched on and off. And we've seen Curry guard him, Boston guard him, Ferguson guard him. So many different defenders on him. As Brazel now has an open look. No good.
He's been forced to take these really tough shots, which he was hitting early on in the first part of the first half this game, but been very hard for him since.
Down the other way, kicks it to the deep wing. Liviak. And we got a little collision here on the lower block. Looks like Boston hit the floor. And Redlands will continue with the possession. Up 19 now. As we got a substitution, that's going to be number 45, Colin Radcliffe, checking in for McGowan. With the ball up top is Curry. Boston sets a nice screen. Nice move. How about that? Jake Hilviak. Excuse me. Trying to get the ball up the floor is Brazel. And just taking it away is Ferguson. How about that? The vertical leap from Ferguson. The athleticism on this Redlands team. I mean, we haven't said it. Oh, my. We've just been saying it all game, I feel like. Just the athleticism, the defensive intensity. And on full display there as we got a foul call.
All smiles from their bench there as Ferguson made the very impressive play. And it's just the lead continuing to grow for them, and the turnover margin, however, also continuing to grow, especially for the Redlands team. They've got 13 now.
Yeah, Ferguson.
Or the Hampton Sydney team's got 13.
Ferguson, a 6'3" junior from Chicago, of course, leading this team in points with a game-winning clutch moment against Tufts. Now a deep three again from Chozen Amadi, no good. Tigers find it, though. Down the other way, Stickney trying to redirect it. Driving in, kicking it out. Brazel had an open look, doesn't take it. How about that footwork? Adam Brazel, the 5th year, putting it in, and finally a little bit of momentum now swinging towards the Tigers. Their first bucket in a long time. It is now 52-33. Redlands in the lead. It's a 19-point lead now.
Specifically, Brazel's first bucket in a long time. He's got 12 points, but 10 of those came very early in the first half. And he's hopefully going to be the firecracker for a comeback here that this Tigers team needs.
Yeah, I mean, this Redlands bench, though, even if the starters are having dry streaks or not playing their best, this bench just comes right off and starts playing like starters and replacing them a little bit. So this Redlands team is deep. And that's something special to have, especially in March Madness, where games can be back-to-back, players can be tired, players can have dry streaks, and you can have a bench that can back you up like that. That is one of the most important things about a successful team trying to make a run to the championship.
Yeah, you've got to commend them. Such a young squad and making a very deep run for their first March Madness berth in their history. Deep run. We'll see if they can keep marching forward.
Yeah, Redlands also looking for the possible rematch against Hardin Simmons. They played earlier in the season. As Hardin Simmons, right after this game at 7:30, will go against NYU. As we'll be back here, 16:57 left to go in the second half. As Tug Bizzle is checked back in here for the Tigers. It looks like Matera is also back in for Redlands. Great ball movement from Redlands to get the ball up the court. Gates puts it up. It will bounce in. How about Gates? Talking a little bit after the bucket as well. That's 10 points from Gates now off the bench. Stickney with the ball, guarded by Gordon. And a little bit of too-touchy there is going to be Gates, as Shane Fernald will draw the foul.
Usually the offensive strategy of make that extra pass, tire the defense out, is usually pretty effective. In this case, it's just not seeming to click against this Redlands defense, who are always there to meet their man for that extra pass. And yeah, it's just been tough for the Hampton Sydney team.
Now from three, no good as Brazel rebounded, put it up, and looks like there's a foul on the floor, though. Redlands now with a 21-point lead as Brazel now with the ball, almost falling in, try to put it through the legs of Redlands, and it looks like it touched one of the Redlands players, and it will stick with the Tigers.
Tigers benched a little up in arms about that call.
Nice move, and right to the cup. How about that from Colin Radcliffe? With the ball at the top, Omari Ferguson wants a screen, gets one from Gordon, drives in. How about that athleticism? Gordon gets it back, tips it back in. That large frame of Gordon helping him out there with the putback. Now 56-35. Fernald just puts it a little too fast, touching the fingertips of Brazel. And a timeout on the floor now.
56-35, 15:40 left to go here in the second half. And it's kind of been the same story of the first half, if not even more extended here. The offense of Redlands has not shown any signs of slowing down, and the Tigers having a lot of trouble stopping it.
Yeah, this Redlands team, all but one of their players on their roster has scored a point or more in today's game, which is just incredible depth and really impressive as everyone's getting a hand on the ball, making their name in the score sheet as well. And you see Lucas Gord just getting his first 2 points. Hopefully the big man can start to pile on a few boards of his own here in the late in the second half.
Yeah, this is the last push for the Tigers. Down 21 right now. You got to put everything you got, every type of weapon you have in your arsenal right now to fire back at this Redlands offense, because this could quite possibly be the last game of the season and the last game for a lot of the seniors on the team. So Tigers definitely going to try to throw everything out there. And Redlands just has to be ready for it and sustain this lead. And you might think it's an easy task to maintain a 21-point lead, but in March Madness, it's very tough to maintain leads.
Exactly. Crazier things have happened in March Madness, but it all starts with the first bucket, and the Tigers coming out of this timeout will hopefully get a score quick.
As Redlands now with the ball in a press look now for the Tigers. A little bit of a 3-2 look. Ball tipped around a little bit. Gates gets it back, though. Gates with the ball. Eye on the wing. Gordon sets one. Gates has the one-on-one. He's just going to go straight at Radcliffe. Kicking it out. Matera makes a nice move. Floats it up. No good. And it looks like Redlands will get it back. They'll have to shoot it, though. That's Ware from way deep. And we got a shot clock violation as finally the Tigers get a stop on D. How about that? The shot clock violation. Great defense. Need more of that magic, though, here with 15 minutes left to go.
Yeah, they stole a lot of Redlands' magic on defense and persevered through the entire play and forced an uncomfortable shot clock violation there, and we'll see if they can score now on offense.
Shryock with the ball. Kicks it over. Stickney with it. Wants a screen from Campbell. Campbell's actually going to get it. Campbell makes a nice move on Gordon. Tries to put it up and almost gets the and one, but draws the foul from Gordon. Gordon a little confused. Also checking in for Hampton Sydney is number 3, Hamilton Gamble. Campbell going to look to, he's going to try to convert these two here to try to cut into this deficit as much as they can. First one will be off the back iron. And substitutions here for Redlands as 2 starters back in, Chozen Amadi and Jace Boston back in.
And again, it comes down to the little things. 3 for 8 from the free throw line for Hampton Sydney. See if that changes here.
That one's good as well from Campbell.
But you have to make every single free throw, especially late in this game, trying to climb out of a deficit.
Great move from Ferguson. Gates had it. He's going to drive it in, almost loses it, kicks it back out. Ferguson wants to settle it a little bit. Guarded by Campbell. Ferguson makes a nice move, spins back, puts it up with the left, and bounces in. Amari Ferguson really trying to settle in here. Brazel with the ball in the corner, guarded by Ferguson. Great defense from Ferguson. Now he's doubled, and great defense from Gates. How about the energy from the freshman? 58-36 Redlands. Even Brazel getting a little confused here on the offensive side.
Just stifling from Redlands, really stifling.
Just throwing doubles, triples, all types of looks at Brazel right now, and he's kind of getting a little razzled. Gates now with the ball guarded up top. Gates with 10 points off the bench. Nice move from Jace Boston. Kicks it back out. Ferguson with the ball. Under 10 seconds left to go. And we got a jump ball call. Great defense there from Brazel, sticking his hand in. 6 seconds left to go. Gates gets it into Ferguson. Has the ball at the wing. Makes a nice move. And a charge call. The third one the Tigers have taken. How about that? Campbell takes it. As that's another stop there from the Tigers. But still that full court press. That man full court press right now. Kind of looks like a zone as well. With it looks like a 2-2-1. As Brazel gets it across the floor. Campbell drives in. Puts it up. Campbell gets his rebound, though. And we got a jump ball. And another jump ball call. It looks like it will go with the Tigers.
The Redlands have been on a 21-5 run in the last 9 minutes and 40 seconds, which has just been an even better performance than they had in the first half, where they started off a little bit slower, but since then they found their footing, and it's just been pedal to the metal since.
A little bit of disagreement on this call here, as we have a tech call, it looks like, as Chozen Amadi will now be shooting free throws after a tech was shown on the bench, I believe, of the Tigers. I don't know if it was on the coach or on the bench. As Amadi's first will go.
And you've got to commend the coach, Eric Bridgeland, in his 5th year with this Redlands team. He's done a great job of building the program up into this point, where they've had a really great season, coming off a 16-9 record in the previous season, 2023-24, but a continually impressive run in this March Madness, and you only got to wonder what's up next in the following seasons for Coach Bridgeland and his team.
59-36 now is the score. With the ball on the baseline are the Tigers. Moyne redirects it to the corner. Campbell touched the line, though. And it looks like Redlands will continue with the ball here. 59-36. Redlands had a interesting season as well. Went 24-4 this year. 14-2 in the conference. Lost in the conference championship by 2 points against CMS, Claremont Mudd Scripps, as they qualified as an at-large bid, but they've been showing why they should be an automatic bid. I mean, just absolutely dominating this game right now, 59-36, and they had a little magic of their own. We talked about magic in this game, but they had it in the last round, as they had that game-tying 3 at the buzzer at the end of regulation against Tufts. They go into OT. It's a close OT, but then pulling away, Omari Ferguson with a game-winning layup.
And you see Ferguson out here today just picking up where he left off with 13 points, leading the team.
And that ball will be off here. Down the other way is Redlands. Amadi makes a nice little move. Little double pump finish off the glass. Kicks it out. Campbell with the ball. Nice little no-look pass there to Fernald, who wants it, puts it up, and it's in. Shane Fernald gets it to go. He needs to get a little more active here for the Tigers in order to climb back.
Yeah, Fernald definitely needs to get involved a bit more. He's done a good job of finishing and using his size to his advantage, but ideally he could do that even more.
Curry wants a screen. Curry makes a nice little crossover move and a little bit of showtime. How about that from Kendrick Curry? Maybe learned that from his mentor, the real Curry. Now Brazel down the other way. Nice move from Campbell off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Campbell and up and in. Now, Redlands goes in the timeout with a 23-point lead right now. As right after this game at 7:30, NYU will take on Hardin-Simmons. So stay tuned for that, as you can watch that broadcast on the NCAA website or the NYU website, either one.
I think the winner of this game will definitely find a tough challenge in their next opponent, either Hardin-Simmons or NYU, both very good teams. And the Elite Eight game tomorrow here at the Paulson Center is surely going to be a fun one, so stay tuned for even that tomorrow night.
100%. I mean, you see the 10 and 15 seeds playing today, then they have to go play the number 2 ranked team in the entire country, or Hardin-Simmons, who's looking to pull off an upset here. Hardin-Simmons not ranked currently, but they still definitely have a chance against an NYU team that's been pretty solid this year.
Well, Hampton-Sydney's got a lot to do coming out of this timeout. 12 minutes left. It's still a bit of a deficit. And like you mentioned, maybe use the 3-ball to try to climb out of this, because they've only scored 9 points in the paint. So if they can start things hot from behind the arc out of this timeout, it would be very useful for them.
Now the Bulldogs will come down the other way. Tigers still in that press look here. Curry with the ball, guarded on the wing. Kicks it to the corner. Oliviak from 3. Good. Jake Oliviak with a nice 3 there. 66-40 now. Brazel almost had the backcourt call. Tug Bizzle now puts it inside. Nice finish from Shane Fernald, and one. And Hamilton Campbell will now check out here, as it'll Travis Stickney, the freshman guard, will be in here.
Fernald looking to sink these free throws. Get up to 9 points if he makes them both.
That one will be good for Shane Fernald. Trying to get through this press here. Great ball movement so far from the Bulldogs, though. Not enough pressure right now on these ball handlers. Gates puts it up, and that will be back in. 68-43 Redlands. But yeah, on the defensive side, Tigers are pressing, but they're not really pressuring their players. I mean, they're just freely just passing the ball around as if it was in practice, and that's a nice little turnaround jumper there from Tug Bizzle. No good. Last touch was going to be on the Tigers. Bulldogs will take over.
Yeah, you're talking about the defense. It's just been, the press has been there, but it hasn't really been there, and it hasn't been as effective as what the Redlands team has been doing. And they just haven't seemed to got tired yet, and now their chance on offense to extend this lead even more.
Curry with the ball, guarded by Bizzle. Tries to make a nice little move. Backing it into Bizzle now, kicks it over to Gates. Gates makes a nice move, and another charging foul. How about that? That'll be Gates' second foul of the game. As now a 25-point lead right now for Redlands, and Gates will be subbed out. Ferguson back in the game. Campbell now in for Stickney. Oh, excuse me, for Bizzle.
Certainly one pro of the Hampton-Sydney team is they're able to draw that contact really well and get those charge calls. So kudos to them for that.
Stickney gives it over to Shane Fernald, who wants that one-on-one on Gordon. He'll pound it right into him, put it up. No foul call, gets his own rebound, though. Puts it back up again off the glass, no good. Ball is tipped around everywhere, hitting the floor. And a little bit of struggle there on the floor as a timeout called by the Tigers.
Well, it's just been that kind of day for Shane Fernald, unable to make 2 of those, even despite getting his offensive rebound again and again there. Gordon wins that battle down low.
As we got a timeout here with 10:43 left to go. And Keshav, from the statistics standpoint, what has kind of been the story of the game? Like, who's really maximizing on the assists or the rebounds, the points, the turnovers? What has kind of been the most showing stat that you've seen so far?
I think, what I noted earlier about this Redlands team is how every player but Johnson on their roster has scored at least 3 points, which just the variety of offense that they're able to produce. And, of course, spearheaded by Amadi and Ferguson, both with 13 apiece. Not to be outdone with Gates with 10, Ware with 9. They've got so many different guys that have made an impact this game. We've seen little spurts of hot streaks from each one of them, making a couple threes or a layup and then a mid-range jumper, and that's been so hard to guard for the Hampton City team, who just haven't been able to keep up with the pace. And again, on the assist front, it's been dominated a lot by Curry, who's done a lot of facilitating of the offense. 5 assists for him, the most on the floor for any team. And then on the Hampton Sydney team, it's just a contrast of not enough of that. It's just Brazil, 12 points for him, a quieter day. Fernald, only 8 points, 3 for 7 from the field. And the supporting cast just hasn't done as much as the supporting cast of the Redlands team has. And I think that's pretty much what it's coming down to. And you see later in the second half now, they're running out of time.
Yeah. And, of course, we say it every broadcast, but if you have any questions, concerns, or maybe some shout-outs from where you're watching right now, make sure to email pressbox@nyu.edu. Once again, that is pressbox@nyu.edu. We love to hear you guys' shout-outs or any comments that you guys want to say during the broadcast, as the Tigers will be able to put 2 in here, cutting the deficit to 23 as they get the ball right back. Campbell leading the charge. Drives in with his left, puts it up with the left, off the glass and in. 2 straight buckets here from the Tigers as a timeout is called by the Bulldogs, and they might have saved an offensive foul actually called. Campbell hit the deck there, maybe off a push-off.
Yeah, Coach Bridgeland definitely timed that right with that call.
Yeah, and that's probably the most energy we've seen from the Tigers come out of a break here. Something was definitely said in that huddle.
Well, they can certainly hope that they're able to convert that energy into buckets, because they certainly need some again at this point in the second half.
Yeah, and if they can figure out some way to get their hot shot Brazel open for some threes, it'll be lights out for this Tigers offense here.
Yeah, they're going to need to rely on that 3 now at this point in the second half, and it's been a struggle this second half. 0 for 6 from three-pointer, and the first half they made 4, so some numbers there, but it hasn't just been falling for them in the second half, and they're going to need to really start hitting from behind the arc.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll see McGowan kind of check back into the game. He's kind of the resident shooter on the offensive side for the Tigers, but he's been 0 for 5 from behind 3 today. Tigers trying to get through this press. Ferguson dribbling it around, taken away by Campbell. Tigers down the other way. Kicked to Fernald. Fernald, nice little spin move on the baseline, puts it up and in. A beautiful post move there from Shane Fernald. Now the Tigers have to keep up the pressure, though. That's been working with them. They're way too soft here on this press here. Curry now kicks it back out. Ferguson wants it. Curry guarded by Campbell. And Campbell will take the offensive foul as Gordon kind of stuck out his leg a little bit. Campbell takes it. He's hobbling a little bit, but way to sacrifice his body for the turnover from Redlands.
Tigers crowd in attendance trying to rally them here.
Yeah, a lot of Hampton City fans right now in the crowd, of course, from Virginia, and they made the trip up here to New York City, which is so commendable, showing love for their families or their friends. Brazel now redirects it. Brazel really hasn't taken too many attempts from the field goal here, and there's a nice little finish inside from Stickney, the freshman. But the Bulldogs get it right back up to the other end of the floor, putting it up for the finger roll. How about Curry? Responding very quickly on the other way. Brazel with the ball. Guarded by Ware. Doubled now. Redirects it to Campbell. Campbell wants something. Kicks it to the corner for Stickney. Stickney from three. No good, off the side of the backboard. Rebounded though. Right back up and one. How about that? Nick Shryock.
That's a massive play from the Tigers team. They really needed that.
Yeah, you saw the bench kind of stand up there, and a little bit of an energy change. You could hear it. As Campbell and Fernald will check out of the game. As it looks like Tug Bizzle will be back, as well as Campbell.
Definitely want to commend Fernald for his work in the last couple minutes. You saw he had that great post move against Gordon, and I think if he's able to make use of that more throughout this last 8 minutes, that might make a big difference down the stretch for this team.
70-53. Trying to close out this game are the Bulldogs. Curry with the ball. Trying to slow it down. You can see them trying to settle it, get the best shot. Don't need to take all the first options here. Boston tipped away. Down the other way. Here comes Stickney. Stickney puts it over. What a block. But it's going to be called for a foul from Boston, and Boston cannot believe it. And you could hear the ball slap from up here. So interesting call.
Yeah, you can see Boston a little confused about that. That's his fourth personal foul.
It's actually his fifth foul.
Rather.
So it looks like Boston will be done for the game, actually, with 5 fouls.
Gordon also needs to be mindful. He's on the bench right now, but he's also got 4. So,
and you barely see this, a 17-point lead from Redlands, but the Tigers are in double bonus. So they have the opportunity here to really make a comeback. I know that there's only 8:09 left to go in this game, but if they can get to the cup aggressively and draw some fouls, they could really build a lead here and stop the clock as well, which is what they need to do.
And speaking of free throws, too, going to need to make them all in this final 8 minutes.
As Stickney's first will go.
They're 3 for 5 from behind the line.
And the second will go as well. So no, only a 15-point lead. It was a 23-point lead earlier in the half. Campbell almost took it away there. And it looks like that ball might have hit the baseline. All the fans and bench got up. Didn't like the no call. Curry now with the ball.
Trying to slow the game down a little bit. You can see he's motioning.
Yeah, doesn't want the energy to switch sides here. Curry guarded by Bizzle, trying to back it into him. Bizzle, good defense. Curry just pulls up, though. No good. Stickney gets the board. Stickney almost falling on the ground. He does, but gets it over to Tug Bizzle. Bizzle with the ball back to Stickney. Stickney almost lost the dribble again. Bizzle down the other way. He'll sprint right to the cup. Almost junks it. And a charging foul called on Tug Bizzle. Just confusion on the Tiger side. I have never seen a charging foul called on a play like this where Bizzle rose up and tried to dunk it over the head of the Bulldogs.
Well, Bizzle, my goodness, if he ended up converting that dunk potentially. He had his hand all the way back like the hammer.
Would have been a core memory for him, a freshman on this team as well. And we got some boos from the crowd. But the Tigers cannot afford another tech off the bench or the coaches. You can hear the boos here in the Paulson Center.
Yeah, the Redlands crowd in attendance definitely happier to see that, whereas the Hampton-Sydney team and crowd definitely not enjoying that as much, but not sure if the ball actually hit the baseline there or not. We couldn't see from up here, but the call nonetheless is that. Well, now you can still feel the momentum starting to shift a little bit. There's a lot more energy coming out of this Tigers team now, scoring a lot more. They're on a 12-2 run now in the last 4 minutes, so it's kind of switched up, and now the task lies on this Redlands team to regain some of that passion and some of that intense defense they had earlier this game and use it to hopefully silence the Hampton-Sydney crowd here.
Their last effort here to come back in the game. 7:25 left to go. You can see the fans standing up for the Tigers, commuting all the way from Virginia. In the double bonus. Make sure to keep that in mind here. Redlands trying to get the ball up the court. Tigers got to have a little more pressure. Deep three. Good. Nothing but net. How about that? Looks straight at the bench after the three. Jake Hilviak. Hilviak with a nice three from way deep three-point land. A collision right there, right under the basket for a foul as Stickney will hit the line here. That literally silenced the fans of Hampton-Sydney. You talk about silencers, and that was there right there. As we got some shout-outs as well. Tyler's mom and dad are watching the live stream from Redlands. Tyler goes to the basketball clinic at the University of Redlands. He'd be watching too, but he's in school right now, unfortunately. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, of course, from Redlands. Also from Alaska, watching from Juneau, Alaska, shouting out the ex-Bulldog Kyrie Armstead from Ethan. And then it looks like now 57-73, and the last touch will be on Bizzle. Knocking down those free throws is probably the most important thing right now that the Tigers can control. Is when they have the opportunity to go to the line, they need to be able to convert to try to climb back in this game.
And then from the other foul perspective, the Redlands team has got a couple players that are in that danger zone. You've got Gordon with 4. You had Boston who fouled out. So definitely something to be mindful of down the stretch.
Curry up top, guarded. Campbell switches back on him. Brazel now back on Chozen Amadi. 5 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Makes a nice little move. Great defense from Brazel. Ball on the ground. Shot clock violation. How about that defense from the Tigers? Getting the bench up a little bit. The 5'10 guard shows his might against a 6'2 senior guard in Chozen Amadi.
You can sort of feel the offense needs a spark of life from the Redlands team. They feel a little bit stagnant. It's almost an exact switch from how it was earlier with the Hampton-Sydney team being down a bit, and that's just a unfortunate turnover right there.
Yeah, can't have those turnovers there, especially when these last minutes kind of winding down. Don't want silly mistakes like that, as Campbell will come back out of the game, as well as Shane Fernald. John Campbell back in the game. Bizzle guarding Curry. Curry just kind of letting the seconds tick here a little bit. Great defense, though, from Tug Bizzle right now. 7 seconds left to go. Curry trying to redirect it, but it's going to be tipped away. Down the other way. Here comes Brazel. Nice move from Stickney, trying to find something. Brazel from way deep three-point land. Good! How about that? Adam Brazel. Now Brazel with 15 points, trying to get the fans back on their feet here, giving energy in the Paulson Center. 73-60. with 5:20 left to go.
Absolutely clutch, Adam Brazel. He's got more to do, though.
Curry with the ball. Stickney with the steal. Did not see it coming. Stickney rises up, looking for the foul. Doesn't get it, though. And that'll be off on the layup. Ferguson down the other way. Gives it into Amadi. Tries to make a man miss, and he does, and he'll go to the line. Amadi telling his teammates to slow down, settle in here. Don't need to make any more silly mistakes.
Redlands team just praying that this clock will wind down faster. And you can see a lot of the time Curry's dribbling it up, and you'll hold the ball at the arc for almost the full length of the shot clock. But they've been punished by that due to some of the violations and then a couple turnovers that have been forced by this Tigers defense. And missed free throws like that can cost you down the stretch.
Yeah, and at a time that we thought this game was kind of out of reach, there's a chance that the Tigers really still have it here. 13 points on the deficit right now, but if they foul one more time, Redlands is in the bonus, so they definitely need to be a little more careful on the defensive side, and also on the offensive side with the amount of charge calls today. Amadi's second will be in. Campbell trying to get it in. Will get it into Brazel. Ferguson guarding him. Brazel's been dealing with this defense all day, just doubling and triple teaming him. Brazel steps on the line, though.
Well, Brazel and Fernald both have had a much better second half here late in this game. Brazel 15 points, Fernald 12.
Gordon kicks it out in the corner from three. Off the back iron, no good. Loviak wasn't able to convert there. Campbell with the ball, guarded by Gordon. Campbell goes straight at Gordon, doesn't care. Puts it up, no good. Time is ticking here. And it looks like a foul here, and that's going to be on Shriok. And now Redlands is in the bonus. So it'll be Curry going to the line. Or excuse me, I think it's going to be Ferguson. And Travis Stickney has checked back in here for Hampton City.
Now Ferguson, who's had quite an afternoon for himself. 13 points, 50% shooting. Made 1 3 as well, a couple steals in there. 26 minutes, most played on the floor for this Redlands team. He's been a consistent player. And now he's got a chance to sort of ice the game a little bit here.
And that will be off. So it stays a 14-point lead for Redlands. Campbell having trouble with the ball. Gets it off in time, though. Nice move from Campbell. Putting it up. No good. Campbell trying to get the rebound back. And getting it back to the Tigers. Brazel had an open three. Doesn't take it. Kicks it out in the corner. Stickney, he's going to take the three. That'll be short. Rebounded by Shane. Fernald, he puts it in. Looking for the foul as well. Doesn't get it. 12-point lead now for the Bulldogs. And Stickney was holding on to Curry. Fans making the ref hear it right now. And we got a timeout called here. 12-point lead right now for Redlands. 3:32 left to go. The Tigers are in double bonus, while the Bulldogs are in single bonus.
It's been a great late effort from Hampton Sydney. They've pulled back this game to from what we thought was a much larger deficit, almost out of reach, and they've clawed back really well here. And now Brazel 15 points, Fernald 14 points. The main guys on that team are starting to do their thing, and they've had some help from other players. Campbell getting into the mix as well. Both Campbells, that is, on Hampton Sydney.
And we got a shout out from Katrina Hall from Sacramento, California, giving a shout out to her cousin Jace Boston. Unfortunately, Boston fouled out in this game, but he definitely had a great performance before he fouled out. Just one of the important role players here for the Bulldogs, as everyone just been used on this bench. Have we seen it? We've seen like a 10-man, 11-man rotation in March Madness, which is very, very unique to see. A lot of coaches and a lot of teams like to really stick to their starters in a smaller rotation, especially in those more important games towards the latter end of the season. But Bulldogs know all their players can contribute, and they've been able to do it, I mean, with an 11-man rotation.
Yeah, that shows a really trusting relationship between a player and his coaches, or rather, a coach and his players, as they're able to form that bond, and he trusts every single one of them to go out there and do their job at any given moment during the game.
100%, and just from a starter's perspective and a bench perspective, the coach is letting those players play that are starting to get hot. They're not taking out those players that are on a run or a team or a rotation that's playing really well together. He doesn't take them out. He lets them run a little bit, and that's probably a huge reason as to why Redlands had a massive lead there at the start of the half. And Curry's free throw will be too strong. They need to be able to convert here if they really want to close out this game. The Tigers, though, they got to score 12 points. As they redirect it, what a find. Fernald gets the and one. How about that nifty move from Shane Fernald? Veteran move from number 33. Shane Fernald, of course, the team captain and first team all ODAC, had 14 points and 5 rebounds in the last round, but he has a chance now to make it a single-digit deficit, excuse me.
Yeah, the primary big man for this team. Quieter in the first half, but the second half he's really showed up. A lot of great post moves. And then there, using the pump fake, drawing that contact, and then going up and making that easy finish. And now, you're right, he's got a big chance here to shorten this deficit by a lot.
Here's a free throw. That's good. And now getting the fans on their feet are Hampton Sydney. It is electric here in the Paulson Center, a 9-point lead just for the Bulldogs. Needing to score here. Here comes the high-pressure defense from the Tigers. They can't foul, though. They cannot risk a foul right now in bonus. Curry with the ball, guarded by Bizzle. Trying to keep his hands off a little bit. Calling for the screen from Johnson. Curry has the ball. Does he have ice in his veins? And it's going to be blocked by Campbell. Rebounded by Gates. Puts it up in a foul on the release. That possibly could have saved the game there. There's a chance that the Bulldogs didn't convert again, that the Tigers could have built up even more momentum. 9 fouls, though, now for the Tigers. Another one will put them into the double. Gates at the line. First one, no good. Bulldogs need to hit their free throws here. Hampton City trying to increase the noise here for the Tigers. Here's the second. That's good.
10-point game still. Lots to play for here in the final 3 minutes of this game.
Who's going to have the late game magic? Either is it going to be the Redlands Bulldogs or is it going to be the HSC Tigers? Fernald now has the ball, guarded by Gates. Fernald gets it back out to Stickney, redirecting it. Brazel has an open three. He's going to take it. Brazel knocks it down. How about that? Ice cold. 7-point lead now only for the Bulldogs off the fingertips of Amadi. Weaving through defenders, pulls up, no good. That's short, rebounded by Fernald, down the other way. Campbell has it. They need to settle it up, though. Brazel has it. Brazel stops and pops. No good. Ball's on the ground and a foul call. And the intensity has seriously increased here in the Paulson Center. A little bit of disagreement.
Everybody's on their feet. What an ending so far. It's just been back and forth.
That would have been insane if Brazel hit that second straight three there, went in and out. Still the game, though, is close here. 7 point deficit right now from the Tigers. The Bulldogs here trying to hold their lead, though.
This is a very important free throw.
First one will be good. Nathaniel Johnson, the senior forward, leaning on him here to close the game for the Bulldogs.
And with Johnson scoring that free throw, every man on the roster for this Redlands team has scored a point in this game, which is a crazy stat.
That one will be no good. Rebounded by Campbell. 8-point lead. Trying to find someone open. Nice little move from Stickney. A little collision and a foul call on Curry. That could have saved the game a little bit. 2:07 left to go. Stickney was trying to put it up with his left, but he might have caught the foot there as he'll head to the line. Stickney with 8 points. The freshman's been so active in this game, especially on the defensive side as well. You can hear the fans chanting HSC right now, all the way from Virginia. Fans at home, fans here at the Paulson Center are all up on their feet right now for the Tigers, but I'm sure the Bulldogs are too as well. All the way from SoCal. Stickney's first will go.
Stickney a chance to put this within 6 points.
Second is no good. Stickney tried to get it back, though. 7-point lead. Campbell almost a reach-in. They can't foul. They have to play high pressure, no foul defense. Ferguson with the ball, gets it back. Stickney almost got his hand on it. Stickney up on Curry right now. Can't afford a reach-in foul. Curry gonna drive with the left. Rise up, great defense, but put it in. How about Kendrick Curry putting the team on his back? 9-point lead now. Tigers get it in. Bizzle with it. Down the other way. Nice move from Bizzle. Driving in, putting it off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Ferguson. Did he touch the baseline? It looks like he didn't. Down the other way is Redlands. And a little bit of a collision there. And we have a little disagreement. We'll see if it's a regular foul. Gates hit the deck there. 11 points from him. As I believe this is just going to be a regular foul on number 2.
So much energy from both teams right now down the stretch. This is truly just prime March Madness basketball in the flesh.
You got to love the relentlessness right now from the HSC's side. You know, down 23, sometimes you can believe, like, we'll just close it here. You know, this is a game that might be out of our reach, but they have clawed and fought their way back in this game now, but there is only 1:12 left to go. So the Bulldogs are definitely in the driver's seat right now. As we have a review currently, as they use the broadcasting system for the review.
And every possession is going to count here now for this Hampton Sydney team. Try to get some designed plays, couple three-pointers. It's going to be a tall order, but within reach, I would argue still. And I think you want the ball in none other than Adam Brazel's hands. I mean, 18 points, 4 for 10 from 3, and 2 of those being very clutch threes late in this game. And despite a quieter first half, and he's done a really impressive job of rallying back and helping his team get this newfound energy here, and the fans are loving it, certainly.
Yeah, fans are all up on their feet. Even the NYU fans that came here for some early action, they're on their feet, trying to support both these sides. Great game, though, here on a nice Friday evening. As gotta wonder what the refs could be discussing right now.
And this is just the beginning of basketball action here at the Paulson Center this afternoon and into the evening, as NYU will take on Hardin-Simmons in the next game. So stick around for that.
Coming foul was called on number 11, Travis Stickney, his third. No
9-point lead.
last play.
Ball's at the free throw line here.
Jake Hilviak to the line.
Hilviak at the line. And it looks like they were trying to put Hilviak at the line there after some confusion. But I believe Gates actually is going to have to shoot this one. Try to pull a fast one there with the Bulldogs, trying to get their best free throw shooter at the line.
Yeah, I remember Gates hit the deck as a result of that foul, so he should be the one taking the free throws here.
And I think they're going to review it again, it looks like.
Well, the NYU women's team will be advancing to the Elite Eight as they beat SUNY Geneso 74-53 earlier today. And they'll play on March 15th, just tomorrow at 7 p.m. See if they can get a win in their next round.
And of course, after this game is over, stick around as we'll have a post-game update from Brian Sanchez, our sideline reporter, as he'll definitely have some insight on maybe what the coaches were saying, what the bench was saying, what the players were saying. As this was definitely a very intense game here down the wire. I imagine he definitely has some juicy details for us.
Without a doubt, especially being so close to the bench. I'm sure a lot of interesting tidbits were shared from the coaches on both sides, and Brian will help us unpack that. Well, this review just keeps on going. Gotta wonder what they're looking at this point.
And I don't know, this could work against the Tigers here, who kind of have the momentum. You know, this has been a long break of play, and you got to wonder if these players are kind of getting out of their rhythm here. So this break might be helping out the Bulldogs, but also gives a little more pressure at the free throw line for Gates.
Well, interestingly, Lucas Gordon also has fouled out for the Redlands team, the tallest guy on that team. So that may make a slight difference here down this final minute, as they don't have him either.
Yeah, the 6'8" big on the bench right now, which could be a big reason as to why Shane Fernald has kind of woken up here with 17 points, as the first will be good from Gates. Gates' second will be around the rim and out. 10-point lead, though. They need something here. Campbell makes a nice move, trying to find something open. Finds Brazel, who wants a three. Fakes it. Nice little Euro. Float game is no good. Rebounded by Gates. And with these two free throws, it looks like the Bulldogs, if they're able to convert it, will come away with this one and move on to tomorrow for some Elite Eight play.
I'm surprised Brazel didn't take the three-pointer after that pump fake. He drew his defender away, and he could have just stayed behind the arc and taken a three-pointer, which for him would be most likely to go in. But choosing for the floater there is an interesting shot choice, in my opinion.
Gates' first will not go, as now checking in here will be Radcliffe. Second is no good as well. Rebounded by Campbell, down the other way. Hands it off, Radcliffe for the three. Too strong, rebounded, and fouled.
Coach Eric Bridgeland clapping his Redlands team on as another chance to ice the game even further appears.
Hilviak has a chance here to really ice it. Gates wasn't able to knock down the two before. First is no good, a little too strong. Bulldogs are just really keeping this game close because of the free throws right now. 10-point lead, though, for Redlands. Both teams in double bonus. Second is good. Now an 11-point lead. Tigers going to have to pray for a miracle here. Campbell gets it. Needs to pull up for a three, which he does. That'll be off. Rebounded by the Bulldogs and another foul.
Well, it's just not been falling in these last couple minutes anymore for the Redlands team. The Hampton Sydney team, three-pointers. Tough shots, but they just haven't been connecting. And again, another chance at the line to ice the game, but it's been only 38% from the free throw line in this half for the Redlands team, so they haven't really cleaned up in that aspect.
And the first one will be off. The second will be off again. The Bulldogs are giving the Tigers the opportunity here to come back in this game. They just got to knock down a three. McGowan trying to take some physicality here. Brazel gets it back, kicks it down the corner. Radcliffe from three, no good. Just cannot buy a three right now. As we got a foul on the floor.
Yeah, the three-point shooting in this second half has just been abysmal for this Hampton Sydney team. 2 for 15, only 13% there. And if a few more of those attempted shots can go in, or went in rather, they would be in a much different scenario right now.
And the first, will be good. Now a 12-point lead. Make sure to stay tuned after, as we'll have a sideline report from Brian Sanchez, a little post-game words, as the second will be no good. Brazel trying to find something, kicks it to the corner. McGowan fakes it, hits the three. Again, one to go is McGowan. And a foul, as now Curry will go to the line.
And you can see the emotions are running high for the Redlands team. You see Ferguson out there getting his fans all excited.
That'll be good. Yeah, great story to see from Redlands, of course. With that last-second 2-point loss in the conference championship that they suffered earlier in the year, a tough thing to go out on the regular season, but they got that at-large bid here and have been able to pull off two really close wins in those first two rounds with a miracle in the last round, and now here had a commanding victory. Came a little close here down the wire, but they've always been in the driver's seat, as now an 11-point lead right now. Hampton City on their feet, as this is the last appearance for a lot of the seniors, and the fifth-year senior, especially Adam Brazel, who's been such a huge leader for the Tigers inside and outside of the locker room. And he's had an amazing season. Adam Brazel, of course, the fifth-year 5'10 All-American guard, was the player of the year for his conference and also the Scholar Athlete of the Year. And just an overall core to this team as Campbell pulls up for the last shot. And the Redlands Bulldogs are moving on to the Elite Eight as they'll play the winner of Hardin-Simmons versus NYU tomorrow at 7:30. So make sure to stay tuned for that game, as in a second here we're going to send it down to our sideline reporter, Brian Sanchez, in a second. But just an absolute thriller here in the Paulson Center to start off these two legs of the Sweet 16. And just an absolute amazing effort from both sides, as now we're going to send it down to our sideline reporter, Brian Sanchez. Brian, what do you have for us?
Thank you, Malone. In a thriller game, the electric energy here was really contagious. And of course, it was the team that really prevailed, and 4 players with double-digit scoring. Chozen Amadi led the charge with 14 points. We'll see how they can fend off against the winner of this next game, who they'll play in the Elite Eight between NYU and Hardin-Simmons. Also, a little fun fact here, it's the first time that this team reaches the Elite Eight in program history. So we'll see if they can make it longer than that and reach the Final Four tomorrow. Back to you, Malone.
Thank you so much for the update, Brian, as that'll do it for us up here in the broadcast booth. But Redlands will come out with the victory and move on to the Elite Eight to play tomorrow, as we'll be back for NYU versus Hardin-Simmons in a little bit. Once again, thank you guys so much for listening. Stay tuned.